There are moments in royal life that seem perfectly choreographed from the outside. The smiles are practiced, the uniforms are immaculate, and every movement appears carefully planned. Yet sometimes, behind a single public appearance, there is a deeper story, one filled with sacrifice, pressure, and emotions that the public rarely gets to see. Princess Leonor, the future Queen of Spain, recently stepped into the spotlight once again. Cameras followed her every move. Headlines praised her composure, her confidence, and her growing maturity. To many observers, it looked like another successful royal appearance. But some royal watchers believe there was something different this time. Something hidden behind the smile. Something that revealed the tragic reality of being born into a destiny you never truly chose. Today, we take a closer look at the tragic truth behind Princess Leonor's latest public appearance, and why it may have revealed more about her future than anyone expected. Before we begin, remember to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Princess Leonor is ready for the enormous responsibility that awaits her? Let us know. For years, Leonor has been preparing for a role unlike any other. As the heir to the Spanish throne, she has known since childhood that her life would never belong entirely to her. Every decision, every friendship, every relationship, and every career choice would be viewed through the lens of the crown. Most young people her age are discovering who they want to become. Leonor already knows, or at least, the world expects her to. That expectation was impossible to ignore during her latest public appearance. Standing before cameras and crowds, she appeared calm and composed. Her posture reflected discipline, her expression reflected confidence. She carried herself exactly as future monarchs are expected to. Yet many observers noticed brief moments when her expression seemed to change. A quick glance, a distant stare, a smile that appeared to fade for just a second. These small moments may mean nothing, but they have fueled growing discussion about the immense emotional burden she carries every day. Unlike many young royals in history, Leonor is coming of age in an era of constant scrutiny. Every photograph becomes a headline. Every gesture becomes a story. Every appearance becomes a topic of debate. There is no escape from public attention. And that reality may be one of the most tragic aspects of her life. Imagine being unable to make a mistake. Imagine knowing that millions of people are evaluating every word you say. Imagine understanding that your future has already been written before you've had the chance to fully discover yourself. That is the reality Princess Leonor faces. Her latest appearance seemed to remind everyone of that burden. Many royal experts have pointed out how dramatically her responsibilities have increased over the past few years. She is no longer viewed as simply the daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia. She is increasingly viewed as Spain's future queen. That distinction changes everything. Each appearance is now seen as preparation for the throne. Each speech is analyzed as evidence of future leadership. Each public engagement becomes a test. And tests never truly end. What makes this especially emotional is her age. While many young adults are focused on personal dreams and ambitions, Leonor's path has already been largely determined. Her duty comes first, always. That reality may explain why her recent appearance resonated so deeply with many people. They weren't just watching a princess. They were watching a young woman carrying the weight of a nation's expectations. And that weight is enormous. Throughout royal history, heirs have often struggled with the pressure of preparing for the crown. Some embraced it, others resisted it, many quietly suffered under it. The challenge is not simply learning royal protocol. The challenge is accepting that your life belongs, in part, to history itself. Leonor's latest public appearance seemed to reflect that transition. Observers noted how much more serious she appeared compared to previous years. Gone was much of the youthful uncertainty that once defined her early appearances. In its place stood someone who seemed increasingly aware of her destiny. For many, that realization was both inspiring and heartbreaking. Inspiring because she appears determined to fulfill her role. Heartbreaking because fulfilling that role often requires personal sacrifice. Every future queen must give up certain freedoms. The freedom to live anonymously. The freedom to make entirely private choices. The freedom to fail without public judgment. These sacrifices rarely make headlines. But they are real, and they can be painful. Some believe that this hidden reality was visible during her latest appearance. Not through words, not through actions, but through the subtle seriousness that seemed to accompany her throughout the event. There is another aspect of this story that has touched many royal supporters. Princess Leonor is currently experiencing a period of transformation unlike any she has faced before. Her military training, public duties, and growing royal responsibilities are reshaping her life. Each step brings her closer to the throne. But each step also moves her further away from a normal young adulthood. That contradiction is difficult to ignore. The more prepared she becomes to rule, the more she must sacrifice. And perhaps that is the greatest tragedy of all. Success often comes at a cost. For future monarchs, that cost can be extraordinarily high. During her latest appearance, many people praised her professionalism. They admired her confidence. They admired her discipline. They admired her ability to remain composed under pressure. Yet these qualities do not emerge without effort. They are built through years of training, expectation, and responsibility. Behind every confident appearance lies countless hours of preparation. Behind every successful speech lies intense pressure. Behind every royal smile lies the understanding that millions are watching. Leonor knows this better than most. And that knowledge may explain why her recent appearance felt so significant. It was not simply another public event. It was another reminder that childhood is disappearing behind her. The future is arriving faster than ever. One day, she will become queen. That day may still seem distant. But each appearance brings it closer. Each responsibility prepares her for it. Each sacrifice shapes her for it. Perhaps that is what made this moment feel so emotional for many observers. They were witnessing not just a princess performing her duties. They were witnessing a future monarch growing into her role. And growth is rarely easy. It often involves difficult choices, emotional challenges, and personal sacrifices. For Leonor, those sacrifices are unfolding in front of the entire world. Unlike most people, she cannot experience these changes privately. Every milestone becomes public. Every challenge becomes visible. Every success becomes a national conversation. That level of scrutiny can be exhausting. Yet she continues to move forward. That determination may be the most remarkable aspect of her recent appearance. Despite the pressure, despite the expectations, despite the enormous responsibility resting on her shoulders, she showed up. She fulfilled her duty. She represented her country, and she did so with grace. Still, beneath the admiration remains an unavoidable question. What does it feel like to carry such responsibility at such a young age? Only Leonor truly knows. The public sees the ceremonies. The cameras capture the smiles. The headlines celebrate the achievements. But the emotional reality remains largely hidden. And perhaps it should. Some burdens are deeply personal. Some struggles cannot be fully understood from photographs or public appearances. Yet those hidden realities are part of what makes Leonor's journey so compelling. People do not simply see a future queen. They see a young woman navigating extraordinary circumstances. A young woman balancing personal dreams with public duty. A young woman learning how to carry expectations that would overwhelm many adults. That is why her latest appearance has generated so much discussion. Not because of what happened, but because of what it seemed to symbolize. The end of one chapter. The beginning of another. A reminder that the path to the throne is rarely glamorous behind the scenes. It is demanding. It is challenging. And sometimes, it can be deeply lonely. As Princess Leonor continues her journey, the world will undoubtedly keep watching. New appearances will come. New responsibilities will arrive. New milestones will be celebrated. But moments like this remind us that beneath the titles and traditions stands a human being. Someone facing challenges, pressures, and sacrifices that most of us can scarcely imagine. And perhaps that is the tragic truth behind Princess Leonor's latest public appearance. Not that anything dramatic happened. Not that a scandal emerged. But that every appearance quietly reveals the immense price of destiny. A destiny she never chose, yet continues to embrace with courage. And for many people watching, that may be the most emotional story of all. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more royal family stories, insights, and updates. Let us know in the comments, do you think Princess Leonor is prepared for the responsibilities that await her as Spain's future queen? Until next time, see you in the next video.